Hello everyone and welcome back to New Game Plus Differences, and today we're going to be going to Aldia's Keep, and Aldia's Keep isn't really all that different. The most dangerous part about Aldia's Keep, I guess there's two things. One, your own impatience, and two, forgetting what things do here. You'll see what I mean from the second one in a little bit, but yeah, there's another Black Phantom that actually caught me very by surprise. There I was expecting like a dragon priest or whatever those things that are normally populous here, but well, this one's not any different than all the other Black Phantoms you've ever faced, but it's important to note that you shouldn't go running helter-skelter through here lest you just be ambushed from behind like I almost was, and I remembered, oh yeah, there's a painting back there. Now for the actual boss fight, where I just look like a complete and total newbie. Well, maybe not a complete and total newbie. I guess a complete and total one would have died horrifically into a charred husk of a human being, but... well, I guess I get second, third degree burns, but I'm still alive. Alright, so let's get going. This boss is a lot easier if you dodge, but the tricky part is it's hard for... at least it's maybe for my camera works really bad, but... hardest part for me is finding out where the damn thing's attacking, so... if you can actually find out where it's attacking... that's great. The only problem is, usually the way to do that is you gotta be far away from it, and if it starts spewing fire everywhere, you really... that's not that attack, that's a fireball, that's easy to, get rid of, but I find when it goes up on the side of the wall to get underneath it, and if you have a bow, whip it out, man. It's one of the very few times you'll ever hear me utter those words, whip it out, man, but... well, this is an occasion, killing a dragon. I guess I can condone it. I guess. Just make sure nobody in the vicinity is going to mind. Which I guess the dragon might, so you know what, I guess it doesn't really matter. So, enough double entendres, let's keep moving here. So, beyond that, this fight, like I said, it's, if you can dodge, great. There's just a few attacks though that are a lot harder to dodge. That is not one of them, that's actually one of the easier attacks to dodge if you are confident. But since I didn't remember what this boss did, like all of its attacks, I was not exactly what you'd call the picture of arrogance. Yeah, that attack, if you actually try and dodge, it's a lot easier because I could have just sprinted to the left now the way of that, but it works. It might not be the most efficient, but it was safe. It was the safest course of action. Yeah, and this is another lesson of make sure you're out of the actual range. Oh, no, I guess that was not the... but yeah, you want to make sure you're actually very underneath. Because if you're not far enough underneath it, that cannon will just burn your buttocks. And no one really wants burned, buttocks. Kind of like that. I see I was a little early on my warning. And this was one of the dumbest attempts at healing I've ever attempted. And got away with. That was sheer blind luck that I didn't die. Usually not something you want to rely on generally. And I hope you don't expect any kind of skillful play from here on out. I guess this will probably be the most skillful play there is. There you go. But yeah, dodging the stomp is easy. If I can dodge something, anybody can dodge something. It's just, I don't know if that works the opposite or not. So, try things at your own risk. I guess that was another example of make sure you're not gonna do your best impression of the Human Torch. Not really a good way to win a fight, that. Just be careful, and I didn't even know that thing had a tail stomp. That was a nice little surprise. And that was just incompetence. Everybody has incompetent moments. Nobody really likes to admit it, but we all do. It's even worse when you're on camera and you can't really deny it. And I think that was my bad because I actually traveled forward, so the flame got behind me so I couldn't block it. This is one of those fights where it's actually, I think, harder to block. Which is weird. Normally I say blocking is a lot easier and safer. This fight, it can be a bit of a burden. It's actually might be better to try and dodge this fight. As you see, because if you try and dodge everything, you gotta make sure your back is the proper way, because that thing could fire a fireball in front of you or behind you. But if you're caught out in a situation like this and it's on the wall, you can either run backwards like I inadvertently didn't get hit, or try and run underneath it. If you spend your time in the middle of the cage, well, you're going to be barbecue or on the edges of it. Yeah, this is one of those things where I couldn't really tell where it was aiming because I was like, I think it's aiming behind. Oh, wait, no, it's actually, breathing fire underneath it, behind it. And it's just one of those weird, what do I do? How do I know what to do moments. Positioning is one thing I'm good at, but I have to know what in the hell the thing's doing to position myself properly. So, you know, it's just one of those things as an Ultra Greatsword user, you learn positioning or you die very quickly. Of course, sometimes no matter how good your positioning is, if you screw it up prior by not having enough stamina, you're gonna have a bad time. And I had bad positioning there, to be honest, and yeah. This fight's really all about execution, as always. I mean, few things are more important than Dark Souls 2, than, you know, not screwing up when you want to do something. You can have the best strategy in the world, if you are very poor at it, you're not going to get anywhere. But the bad thing is if you are in the safe distance underneath it when it's on that wall, as you saw, you can miss very easily. So it's really risk v reward. Do you want to have a better chance of hitting it, but might get burned? Or do you want to be safe? And I tried that. I guess that strategy doesn't really work. It disregard the previous strategy about just running away. I guess it's really more of a just get underneath it as fast as you can, because running away is hit and miss, literally. But maybe that's just my luck. Maybe I got hit where nobody else would ever get hit there. I don't know. I mean, I guess that's a bit of a cheap strategy there, I found out, but how often do you actually get to do that? Because that could have very easily been him facing the other direction and burning me alive. So, hardest part's figuring out where the boss is facing for me, because the thing's always right above me and it's hard to see right above me, but hopefully that helps somebody out there. I'm not sure how it would have watching me get my butt burnt, but thank you guys very much for watching. As always, if you'd like to help support the channel, you may wish to like or even subscribe for easier access to future videos. Hopefully I shall see you next time. Farewell, everyone.